Hello there, I'm Milo. Welcome to the stream. This week I'm playing light gun games, and what that means is that there's going to be a lot of flashing lights on screen at times. So if you do have photosensitivity issues, please maybe choose another stream to watch. Gibbon is excited to see the Commodore 64 boot screen. It is her childhood. Awesome. So I did note the Commodore 64, when loading up, also has a lot of flashing colors, so that's a problem. Some of the later games I'm playing today also have like bright screen flashing effects when it recognizes the light gun. It's part of the technology. So yeah, that might be a problem. Right. Now, I said last stream that I'd be playing spooky themed games, so when you look at a list of all like light gun shooters, while I'm talking, I'll start the 64 loading because it takes a while. This one. Okay. Yes, thank you to the crackers. This 6 June 1989. There's a story behind this game, I'll tell you in a minute, but first of all, just with regards to light gun shooters, generally I looked at a big list of basically all the ones made before 2000 on Moby Games in the category of light gun shooters. They generally fall into four categories. Either they're about like the military in modern times or recent times, the Old West with, gunslingers and sheriffs and shootouts, or sci-fi or horror theme. And sometimes there's a bit of overlap with those. This one I would describe as both sci-fi and horror. Let's see. Okay, I can talk about that later. But this is a 1989 game. It's called Horror City. We've got a Novotrade logo there. You might know Novotrade for Echo the Dolphin or Colibri, which I've also played on stream. They also did Caesar the Cat, which I think was that Spectrum, or I don't know, I don't remember, but that was when I played on my cat games stream. That was fun. Also, interesting note, their very first game in 1983 for the Commodore 64 was Ghost Hunt, which was a spooky themed crosshair shooter. Now, I don't know if there were any official light gun peripherals released for the Commodore 64. So the way this works is it's a gallery shooter in the vein of, any kind of game in that genre, which started as a physical amusement at arcades and such. And you control the crosshair with the joystick or whatever. Let me see, what do we do? I don't know what review is, so I'm going to press F3. Oh, here we go. This is like the introduction to the enemies. Before I look at this, it's dumped me into the practice range. Okay, there's like a practice shooting range. So this is what what? I guess I failed? Okay. What? Okay. So there might be a problem with my controller. It seems to recognize fire and alternate fire at the same time. I think in practice mode, alternate fire just makes you leave the mode. So I'll just leave it here for a second while I tell you about the premise of this game. On the right, we can see our player character, and we can also see her hand in the middle gripping her gun. We're playing as a law enforcement officer, and yes, I know, defund the police, hashtag ACAB, but this is set in the near future dystopia known in this game as Horror City. But really what this game originally was a Judge Dredd tie-in licensed game. It was being made by Piranha Software, who they don't have too many things to their name. They did a Color of Magic game based on the Discworld novel for like Spectrum and Commodore 64 and stuff. It was advertised in magazines and stuff, but apparently the license fell through. So this game is like a cheap and quick reskin of a Judge Dredd game to change some of the antagonist characters and not much else. So in the original game, these would have been the 4 evil judges: Judge Death, Judge Fear, Judge Fire, and Judge Mortis. So now we can, I guess, go to their profile pages and see what they've been replaced with. Oh, it's chucking me directly into the game. Let me see. I made a save state. Nope, that didn't work. Okay. We'll load up the game again. That's okay. I can skip through the loading quickly with warp mode, which increases the game speed to 1,000%. There's another loading after we pick to play. So F3 for review. All right. Know your enemy. Who have we got? Nuts. Hang on a sec. Can I not? Oh, this might be to do with that alternate fire thing. Oh yeah, sorry about this. This is part of the flashing colors thing. Maybe I can't select them. Anyway, they have wacky names. I've got a lot of... I was introduced to this game through a blog post on Retro Junk, which goes... Sorry, Retrovania-VG Junk, which goes through the game in detail. So basically the enemy characters have little bios and new names, but they are pretty much based on the evil judge characters from Judge Dredd. Except for Sharkface, who is completely changed. I think that's based on Judge Mortis. Okay. Gibbon saying it's interesting how old licensed games end up as other things. Lots of almost Mad Max games on early systems, for instance. Yeah, definitely. This is not alone in this kind of situation. Yeah, so Piranha made the game, which was originally called Judge Death. It was previewed in magazines. It starred Judge Anderson, and I'll talk about her during the game. But yeah, the theory is that Novotrade took it after Piranha lost the license and released it because they're based in Hungary, and so it might have just been released in Eastern Europe or something. Got credits at the top actually, which is really nice. All right. Well, then without any further ado, because I've been waffling way long enough, let's start playing, and we'll do rookie mode because this game's difficult enough without ramping the... Whoa, okay, this is part of the problem. I'll warp through this to get through it quicker. That flashing colors thing. Okay, so we lost a bit of game time. Make a save state there. So here we are in Mega City 1. Oops, I mean Horror City. There's Sharkhead over there, who is literally just a pair of legs with a shark head on top. Oh, he's got arms too, okay. Now, it's not obvious, but apparently somewhere in the game instructions they tell you that you can't just shoot the evil judges. You have to be very precise. They all have teleport orbs on their belts, apparently. And this is apparently in Judge Dredd, the comic as well, from 2000 AD, is that part of the judge's equipment is teleport orbs, and that's the only place that you are able to hit them to damage them, and that banishes them via teleportation. So you have to be pretty careful. But as you can see, there's a lot of cool stuff in the background. Apparently some of this graffiti and stuff was added by another graphic designer that Piranha brought on after the initial development. So you can see right here, Dredd is GR, and then it trails off there. So the name Dredd is directly in this game still, even though they swapped out the license. Chopper for Oz, Obey the Law, Mega Central Subway, so the Mega City thing, still part of this game world. What does it say? I can't quite make that out on that pillar. But anyway, I did say I was doing spooky themed games today. I guess you could say that this is a dystopia, like a cyberpunk dystopia, and that's a kind of horror, or can be. And any world where the police have this much power is pretty horrible. But speaking of police, well, let's just check the rest of the signs. Ronald Reagan Glock. What does that mean? Kaboing. Something I can't read. Yeah, I can't read that either. So a lot of like little bits of flavor in the world. In the bottom left, you can see a little radar which tells you where the judges have teleported to. You can go and check them out. Don't shoot civilians. That's bad for you, of course. I guess the black dots must be... Oh no, white ones too. Okay. You might only be able to hit the teleport orbs when they're facing you. And if you notice in the bottom right as well, my ammunition is changing every time. That's because fire and alt fire are going off at the same time. So every time I shoot, it also automatically changes what kind of bullets I'm using. According to the VG Junk review or post, they couldn't detect any difference between the ammunition types, so maybe it's not going to affect things too much, which is okay. Stop running away. Oh! I don't know where my health is exactly, but I have a timer. I don't know if that's a limit either. This must be really precise. Yeah, so that covers that. Judge Anderson was like a supporting character. Judge Dredd is like the main guy. But she is a psi judge because she has psionic powers. She's apparently a precog and a telepath. And I think I must have read this on one of the overviews of the game, but they thought maybe the radar in the bottom left represented her psychic powers, able to detect where her enemies are without directly seeing them. So that's a fun way of making, this intangible ability part of a game mechanic, or vice versa. All right, this guy just looks like a walking toilet. I think this is the replacement for Judge Death, although I couldn't quite tell which one was originally Death and which one was Fear. Mortis was a bit easier to tell because he's got a big skull head, so I figured that was Shark Head. And Judge Fire is just a guy on fire in this game, not the man on fire. That's Metal Gear Solid. Oops. Yeah, I think the VG Junk review calls this guy Judge Dustbin. It's a bizarre character design for sure. I should have checked if anyone who worked on this game for Novotrade was also involved with Echo the Dolphin, because that's quite a different experience. Yeah, they had a lot of problem with Judge Dustbin in that review. They said that they didn't think the teleport orb was on his belt in the same way that it was with the other judges, so it might be somewhere else on the body. If we can identify where it... Oh, okay, so I do have health. I wasn't quite sure. Destroyed 1 monsters, 100% damage to Sinclair. Yeah, so in this game, where they've swapped out all the names, I'm not Judge Anderson, I am Sinclair. But I'm just Judge Anderson, really. Just, like, look at the character design, people. Well, it doesn't have a, coloured shoulder pads and stuff, but... Oh, man, the monsters, while I was busy trying to deal with them, killed 935 citizens. And I did not kill any, which is good, I guess. Right. Oh, that's cute. Look at that. Cop. FBI Jan, or maybe Jan, maybe that's one of the developers, and Hun. If you notice the colors of this, and the Hun, that might give away that this is the Hungarian flag. Yeah, because of course Novotrade are based in Hungary. Interesting. Oh, I'm entering my name. I got a high score. BHI, that's me. That stands for Bilbo. Hello? What input can I give? Oh, okay. What's it done now? Ooh. That's an interesting noise. Might just load my save state from earlier. There we go. that'll let us continue from here, and we'll have another chance at this level. On the VG Junk review, they get through. They get up to the 3rd level, so there's more backgrounds to see, but the judges are always the same. Although we haven't seen Man on Fire yet. Hey, quit it. Shark Dude. That's such a silly character design. I love it. Of course, Novotrade's final game, after they changed their name to Appaloosa, would be a tie-in to Jaws called Jaws Unleashed on the PS2, using the Echo the Dolphin Defender of the Future engine and the Sentinels of the Universe engine, because it's the same engine, although that game was never released. So my theory right now is that Dustbin... Oh, it could be on the back, that exhaust port, but I was thinking maybe it's the blinking bit on the chest. Not blinking, but yeah, that like X part. That's seems to be where he's shooting me out of. He's not always hitting. Did I... No. You'll know when you hit them because they disappear. They teleport away. And you do that 3 times and then you've defeated them, I think. Or maybe you hit it 3 times and then they teleport away. Something like that. So I'll just try going for that X. It seems like it's working. He moves every time I shoot him, but I must be hitting the wrong place. Lower down, perhaps? I'll try going for that exhaust port, but I do have to wait for him to like walk away from me before I can hit it. And hitting them while they're moving is the hardest part, because once they stop to turn and face you and shoot you, that's when you get a chance. But yeah, if he's just going side to side, you don't get that chance. The teleport orbs are all round on the other characters, so I don't know. Oh, it killed me already. It's rough. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, so Judge Dredd was extremely popular in the UK. I was never familiar with the comics until very recently. You might know the property from the 1995 Sylvester Stallone movie. I don't know anything else about it other than that, but... Oh. I sort of had a vague awareness of it, but it was when I was watching Tongue-Tied, the loosely Red Dwarf-based VHS tape, where it sort of came up. It's such a weird bit of pop culture, that. So Danny John Jules, who plays the cat, he sings the song in the show, and then he went and sort of recorded a single of the song and released it, but sort of wasn't allowed to have any Red Dwarf branding on it, I guess. Even though the song was written by Robin Dog. Oh! I think I got him. Yeah, it is around the belt area. He just doesn't appear to be wearing a belt per se. Yeah. So along with the single, Danny made this like short film where he was playing a character, or multiple characters actually. It was a little silly and odd, but fun. It's sort of a series of little skits interspersed with music videos of the song and different remixes of it in different styles, which are part of the plot of the video. Ow, you jerk. So I don't know if I have a health bar, but my character sprite on the right is getting visible injuries as I go. I guess that's standing in for a damage system. And speaking of damage... Yeah, I think by shooting this door I've actually made changes to its sprite. So there's kind of battle damage to the background as I shoot, which is a really cool little detail. Anyway, in this tongue-tied video, at one point, there's a dream sequence where Danny's character falls asleep and Judge Dredd pops out of nowhere and starts berating him. But then suddenly another guy whose name is Judge Dredd comes out and they have an argument. Now, there's a lot of cultural background to understand there, because the name of the comic comes from an existing recording artist who was around at the time. Oh, this guy who I thought was a a citizen, a bystander, I now notice that he's actually got orange pixels coming off him, which means he's on fire. Yeah, I didn't notice that this was Man on Fire. He's been around the whole time, evading my notice, but we've just zapped him. Yeah, so the comic character Judge Dredd is named after this guy who was a ska and reggae musician from the UK in the 80s. And that's the joke, is he actually got Judge Dredd, the music guy, to come in, and some random guy in a Judge Dredd costume, and they have an argument. And that is how I know about Judge Dredd, or one of the ways. It came up again, semi-recently for me. I don't hear about Judge Dredd often, but the last time I did was when I was playing Beneath a Steel Sky for Game Club, and Lifeforce, who picked it, was like, gee, these backgrounds and like landscapes look pretty familiar, eh? And I'm like, oh, sure. And he's like referring to the fact that it's, oh no, I only got one and they killed me. I think I took too much damage when I'd made that save state, so I'm just going to start again. Oh wait, how do I start again? Because it like reset the whole system last time. If I hit this, yeah, I'm pretty well damaged, so I might just start again. Soft reset. Yeah, and Beneath the Steel Sky apparently takes a lot of visual cues from the way Mega City 1 looks in the 2000 AD comics. Let me see. Do I have any other notes to talk about? Oh, that's right, yeah. So 2000 AD was very big in the UK. Play. Okay, good. So it had a lot of tie-in games, especially on systems that were popular in the UK in the 80s, like this Commodore, like this, the Spectrum and stuff. And the Commodore, despite being, I think, an American-made system, was still popular in Europe. So, yeah, one of the other things I read while preparing for the stream was a Eurogamer article that sort of went through all the different game adaptations of 2000 AD comic properties. Which revealed to me that just around the same time as this, there was a Judge Dredd platformer on the Commodore 64 as well. So it's part of a kind of blitz of games, I guess. Oh, no. Yeah, that one was made by Melbourne House. But yeah, a gallery shooter or a crosshair shooter, whatever you'd like to call it, seems like a decent choice for this kind of setting. Hey, take that, shock face. I wish I could look at that bio screen. Oh well. I can read you the two that were shown in screenshots on the VG Junk article. I'll do that now. Oh no, this is a GIF, so it is going through them all, which makes it a lot harder to read them. Pyre, never-ending fireball of power. Karchari, he's disguised in form of a great white shark. Myga, he's a terrible mixture of a fly and a human being. JD-15, he's a robot developed against the invaders, but he was reprogrammed. So that's like the first phrase of each bio. The GIF is going too quickly for me to read each one. But yeah, those are these characters that I'm facing off against. I'll just load the save state from before I started reading that. Yeah, the other Judge Dredd platformer. I'll tell you a place where you can get this game. There's a site called Games That Weren't, which covers cancelled games that were kind of previewed or being developed that never were properly released. So it talks about this game in the context of the Judge Death game that didn't exist. but they acknowledge that there's this version of it, Horror City, that was, as far as I know, released. It's just in a different form to what was previewed. But that article, despite being about the game that didn't exist, has a download for this game as an example of like what that other game was going to be, if that makes sense. Oh boy. Quit it. No. Oh, nice. Could be that some of the bullet types are more effective against certain judges, but I'll never know. I'm just randomly cycling through them. Not randomly, but in sequence. Oh, really? They are just too accurate. What's the time? I don't know if I'm going to get through level 1, so I might as well just move on. Yeah, that was all my notes specifically about that. I thought that it would be interesting when looking at this big list of games. I chose before 2000, so just as an arbitrary thing to make games more easy to emulate for me. And when looking at that list, I decided, since I've loved playing the Rare games, but not many of them have had something that I love to show off, which is female protagonists. So I decided to select for that when I was looking at the list, and that's how I came up with the 3 games I'm playing today. So I think I'm going to round out Horror City now by saying, yes, Sinclair is Judge Anderson, and she's pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, when I was looking through that list, there were a few interesting looking ones. Some of them were more like rail shooters than gallery shooters, but there's some overlap there anyway. There's even some games where you're playing like a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up, but player 2 is holding a light gun and shooting at the screen to help, which is pretty fun. But the next game I'm going to play now is on the Sega Master System. It was originally an arcade game, or rather there's an arcade game from Sega with the same name, but they then made this, which I'll bring up for you now. Where is it? I can't find the window. There it is. SMS Plus. Okay, cool. SMS Plus is the emulator I'm using. I found that my usual method of running the OpenEMU core didn't play nicely with this, because this game, for the Master System, it's got the same name as the arcade game, but it's quite a different experience. But yeah, there you go. It supports both the light gun, which in this case is the... Nope, I didn't write down what the light gun's called, but it's the Master System light gun. There was another... Oh wow, this is a bit of a preview of what we're going to see later. But yeah, that core didn't play nice with having a controller versus having a light gun, whereas this one does, so that's good. Let me see. Whoops, no. Okay. Hold on a second. I can turn this off now. Don't need my controller mappers anymore. Did this not have controller support? Oh, forgot to check that. Ghost City, somewhere between life and death. There lies a city of goblins and ghosts. In that order, do not sue us, Capcom, please. It's a city that appears every 13 years. Spooky. Prepare to get spooked, everyone. When its evil dwellers thirst for a living soul. This might be the most spooky game from today. Help me! So that portrait up there is Catherine with a K. I'm being held prisoner in the basement of White Manor. She is sending us a message through the book or something, or psychically, who knows. To make matters worse, my soul's been stolen. Oh no. Free me and help me get to Ghost City. So we've moved from Horror City to Ghost City, here with Laser Ghost. I have to get my soul back before it's too late. I want to tell you a really interesting tidbit. Chapter 1, Demon Manor. The interesting tidbit is that... Oh, hang on a sec. Okay, that works. Do I actually have a controller? Oh no. What's going on? I thought this worked. What happened to my inputs? Nuts. Okay, it does work, I think. Oh no, maybe it thinks that I'm using a gun. I swear this worked before. Ugh. So you see that screen flash. Well, I'll explain light guns later when I actually can figure out how to work the controls. This sucks. I really thought I had this working. Hold on. Oh, I'm really sad about this. Maybe the controller's messing with it. I'll just disconnect that. Oh, gosh. Sorry. Okay. Is this a screen? Alright. Oh, okay, now it's there. Alright, yes, oh great, control support, lovely. So that's a screen clearing bomb apparently. Alright, so now I know the controls. You can shoot the walls. Alright, cool. We're good. I was worrying for a second. Okay. So, yeah, apparently it's really easy to miss these bats. It's always going to be harder controlling a cursor on screen than it is just pointing your light gun at the TV. And it looks like by using the controller we've also eliminated those screen flashes. That's good. Light gun games are especially interesting in this day and age because there's something that just can't be done on modern hardware, so it's really hard to preserve them. You can't really play them on an LCD, a modern display. So you either have to have old CRTs around or you have to have alternate control methods or hacks or something. In this case, the game supported both the light gun and controller, so we can play it that way. Yeah, it's got this thing where the cursor returns to the center of the screen after I... Whoa, seriously? What was I supposed to do about that? Speed it up, Catherine, hurry up! Yeah, Gibbon says, how light guns work are kind of fascinating. Yeah, and like, the hacks part is pretty interesting. When Nintendo even officially released Duck Hunt... I should stop shooting the candles because then I can't see anything. They put Duck Hunt out on the Wii U Virtual Console around the time that Duck Hunt Duo, which is a misnomer because it's a trio. The third person is the one holding the zapper and pointing at the screen. When they were put into Smash Bros. 4, they put out Duck Hunt, the original game, on the NES Virtual Console. And there was like a hack with it so that rather than using the zapper, you could use the Wii remote and point it at the screen, and they mapped that onto zapper-like inputs from the original game. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, the way that light guns originally worked was you saw those flashes of light briefly when I was playing the game before in the light gun mode. Basically, there's a sensor in the gun which is a lot like the Wii Remote, which has the sensors inside it, and then like the quote-unquote sensor bar is really just blasting IR beams out into your living room or whatever. But yeah, so in some ways it's pretty similar technology. It's just a lot more primitive with a light gun. CRTs, the old big tube displays for televisions and monitors, they work by blasting out electrons from the back of the unit at the screen, and it goes through a phosphor filter and stuff, and like the electron beam does different things. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but basically what happens is when you press the trigger on a light gun, it's then checking for certain signals, and the game in response flashes the screen white so that the gun can pick up a clean signal from it. I don't know exactly how it knows where you're pointing at. That's one part of the technology I don't understand. But it's because of the way the technology of a CRT, a cathode ray tube television works, is that light guns only work with that type of display. And yeah. All right. So we destroyed the evil painting and we've made it to the Demon Woods. Banana Amigos here. Hi, Julie. Checking in a bit late today. What have I missed? You missed Horror City, which was, yeah, a cool, Given says, a cool C64 game for a given value of cool, and not Judge Dredd tie-in. Yeah, it was supposed to be a Judge Dredd tie-in, and then they lost the license. So right now I'm playing Laser Ghost on the Master System, and interesting tidbit about the 3 games I'm playing today, they're all Europe and PAL exclusive. The first one, of course, was only released in European systems, made in Hungary. It seemed to have quite a small release. The Commodore 64 was popular in other parts of the world, but yeah, it seems like that game didn't have much of a reach. This one, the arcade original, was, I think, Japan exclusive, maybe, but this Master System, like, home version, which is a completely different game, by the way, just has the same name, was only released in PAL regions. And the third game, the PlayStation port, was Japan and also PAL. So I don't, yeah, nothing that I'm playing today could be played in North America, lol, except for the arcade version of the next game I'm playing. Anyway, right, let's continue in the graveyard in the horrible woods. Spooky, spooky. Do not get spooked, people. Yeah, this one's much more explicitly like ghost and monster themed, but, you know, a little bit cheesy. It's not really scary. Yeah. What was I saying? Shoot the apples. Evil apples! Ah! Nuts. It's really tough to get them all. Yeah, like I was saying, it's easier to accurately, like, shoot at different things all over the screen when you have the light gun. With this one, you're moving the cursor around. It's not quite as responsive. It's kind of a like a backup or a second best, an alternative. The way this game is meant to be played is with a light gun. But anyway. Alright. Oh no! Nasty skeletons. Oh boy, that's rough. Should have used my bomb right there. But Catherine got taken out and we start the stage again. Oh no, we start from here again. Okay, that's fine. Should be making some save states. But I don't know how to do that on this emulator. And I can't pause either. Let's see. Oh, there's an option in there somewhere. Maybe I'll figure it out after this. But I don't know how many bombs I have. Maybe it's the S in the corner. S equals 5. Press my other button if I start getting overwhelmed in a second. Boom! Yeah, S equals 4. So S is like, I don't know, special or something. Stop it. Okay, I think we're done. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Oh, Gibbon just got 100% in Metroid Dread. Awesome. Well done. I did that yesterday myself. What was your final time? My final time for 100% was 12.5 hours. Excellent game. Best Metroid game so far, in my opinion. It's my favorite now. Julie says, congrats. I'm waiting for my husband to beat it before playing. Much more economical than buying 2 copies. Yeah. I'll probably end up lending mine to my brother or something. Oh, what? 10 hours, 7 minutes. Speedy. You did clear the main game an hour quicker than I did. Yeah, congrats. Chapter 4, The Sinister Swamp. That is a spooky monster back there. But also Catherine has red hair now? What's up with that? Which is a good time to talk about the character of this game. Hang on. Freeze game state. Command F. Oh, have to... What? No. Quick saves are way better than, like, naming your save files. It's annoying. Anyway. Yeah, the characters in these sort of gallery shooter games, it's an odd phenomenon because sometimes you the player, are personified in the game as somebody who's holding a gun. Sometimes they kind of de-emphasize that. And the Duck Hunt example is kind of interesting because when they brought the Duck Hunt character, which was, you know, a dog and a duck working together in Smash Brothers 4, part of the moveset of that character is that some unseen third party is shooting things on screen. So it is more of a trio, which is an interesting thing. Because, yeah, the duo name is only in the PAL regions. But yeah, that's just kind of how these games are. Sometimes you're an acknowledged entity, sometimes you're just shooting stuff. Sometimes you're an implied entity. In this case, it's kind of implied. Catherine appeared in the intro and sort of said, oh, you gotta help me. And now she's walking along. I guess the fact that she doesn't have a soul is why she's so oblivious, maybe. So with this, we gotta shoot the hands so that their timing is such that they don't grab Catherine. And we almost ran out of time on that stage as well, actually. So starting it again. I don't know if we're limited on continues, but yeah. Stop it. A lot of these games are also easier in co-op, so they often support 2 or 3 players, especially in the arcades. I've got memories of playing House of the Dead in Time Zone, which was our local arcade branch or chain in Australia. And yeah, in that one you had 2 pistol characters. I think it was House of the Dead 4 maybe. You have 2 pistol characters and a shotgun character, and then you sort of see them in cutscenes. That's probably a good time to talk about some of the most popular examples of the genre. In the 80s and early 90s, the big name in light gun shooters was Operation Wolf. Is that right? I think so. Yeah, Operation Wolf. And that's where a lot of other games got their inspiration. There was a lot of clones of Operation Wolf. And then it got a sequel in Operation Thunderbolt, and then a 3rd installment, Operation Wolf 3. But yeah, you see a lot of games of that era compared directly to Operation Wolf. Chapter 5, The City of Terror. Does that mean we're at Ghost City? Does that mean we're nearing the end of the game already? I'll make a save state there. Just in case I run out of continues. But yeah, when arcade games started being able to do 3D graphics, that older style of game just wasn't cutting it anymore. And that's when other franchises had the chance to become the top dog by taking advantage of that. Oh, I'm shooting cars and they're just flying away. Must be quite a powerful gun I have here. And yes, you have to shoot the hearts to collect them. So, having said that, the games that replaced the Operation Wolf Flags are still very similar in gameplay style. But, yeah, 3D graphics really changed a lot. At that point, you get like Virtua Cop for a while was the big one, but especially where I was, it was always Time Crisis. Every bowling alley had a Time Crisis. That was the big one. Okay. So luckily we do have that progress bar at the bottom of the screen. And of course there's lots of sequels, so I think maybe Time Crisis 2 was the more popular one, but... oh no, it's an evil living car! It's Catherine! Or no, what's... Christine, that's it. The Stephen King. Julie, after saying that she has times to beat, but don't worry, I'm very slow. She's asking if I'm controlling this with a mouse or a wacky gun controller. I'm using a gamepad. I'm actually using a DualShock 3, a PlayStation 3 controller, which is mapped to the emulator via Master System gamepad. I can show you what that looks like. Oh no, I can't. I'm not using that emulator. Never mind. It looks like a game controller for an 8-bit system. So the cursor or the D-pad just moves this cursor around on screen, and then I'm pressing one of the buttons to shoot. And I should be using more bombs, but I don't know. I keep forgetting. There we go. Evil car is down again, and it flies off. I guess it's possessed or something. I'm sure you can imagine a controller, yes. I'm sure you're capable of that feat of imagination. Anyway, I don't know. Where I'm from, the Master System was not part of my experience, so I do sometimes have to look at a diagram. But it's a very simple controller. It doesn't even have a start and select button, so it's even simpler than a NES controller. It's just got 2 buttons. There's a sort of start... Oh, okay, that was game over. I ran out of continues, so lucky I made that save state. Okay. Yeah, there is a kind of start or pause button, but it's on the console itself. When I tried to load the save state, the emulator crashed. That's not good. I'll try it again. Game state. It crashed again. Great, that's not going to work. I think that might be the end of our playthrough. And it's so early. Why don't I just do a little bit of troubleshooting for the other emulator? Live. Laser Ghost. So if I load this up, it sort of doesn't accept any inputs. I tried to map different controller inputs to it. Why don't I show you what I'm seeing? Yeah, intermission. I have an intermission screen that I use on YouTube videos sometimes. It's just taken from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Alright. So when you pick Master System, it looks like this. Beautiful, isn't it? Love that D-pad. Now, it's like player 1 and player 2 inputs are different, and they're recognized differently by this game because it thinks there's a light gun. I just don't know how to tell it that there's not a light gun, you know? I got the other emulator to figure it out. But I can like skip through by pressing player 2 inputs there. But then when I get to this screen, it doesn't accept anything at all. Oh! Oh my gosh. This has mouse support. Oh, great. I never knew that. Okay, well, flashing lights warning. This is going to get real rough, but I'm going to play through the game again, but this time I'll have my mouse on screen, which will let me be a little bit more responsive to things in the manner of a light gun, so that's good. Well, I'm already getting hammered badly, but I'll also be able to more easily make save states in this emulator, so that's nice. Yeah, the flashing lights is already getting to me, and I don't even have photosensitivity issues usually. Not badly, anyway. So I guess the key to this game is trying to identify parts of the background. You can shoot to get bonuses. Oops, missed some of those. I think this is an optional path that I actually opened by shooting a door, maybe. I don't know what the S is. Well, S is the screen clearing bomb, but then what's B? Whatever. What? Got it. What? Oh! The candles are actually a hazard. So I need to shoot them out, but that makes the screen go dark. Okay. Didn't realize that little trade-off there. Bomb! Okay, so it's P. That's what I've got it mapped to. And they get faster as you continue damaging them. Alright, that's them down. Oh, okay. So now I am using a mouse that simulates a light gun. Oh, are you kidding me? I also have a rewind button on this emulator, actually. I wonder if I can shoot that door. No? Maybe I can shoot Catherine? Yes, if I shoot her, she gets hurt. So that's actually something you want to avoid. Okay, fascinating. I don't get it. I don't know how to make her avoid this trap. I kind of wonder if there's like a Pac-Man The New Adventures mechanic here, you know? In that game, also known as Pac-Man 2, Pac-Man sort of has a mind of his own, just like Catherine here. Walking around the screen, and you can have some interactivity. And you also have a slingshot, which you're able to use to shoot at Pac-Man to change his emotional state. Yeah, so I wonder if I can change how fast she progresses through here with judicious shots. Okay, so I actually knocked her past that first wall. Can I break down this wall? Is she just stuck now? Okay. Boom, boom. Okay, so I can knock her around, but it's at the expense of her health, which is not ideal. There we go. I don't know how I did it so easily last time and struggled then. Who knows? Yeah, but, you know, speaking of Pac-Man 2 and this game, it's interesting that this is another way that light gun games sometimes choose to incorporate characters into their game, rather than having you personify it as somebody who's shooting a bunch of bad guys or whatever. Sometimes it is, you know, kind of abstracted in this way, but the focus is an on-screen character who you are maybe trying to protect. I noticed a few games on the NES that were like this. There was one where with a baby and one with like a man. I don't remember the name, sorry. But yeah, the premise basically is that it's like a side scroller where the character is just doing their own thing and you have to stop the threats around them with the light gun. So that's kind of an alternate like sub-genre of this kind of game, and that's where this one fits in. The actual original arcade version of Laser Ghost is quite different. It doesn't have this mechanic. The plot is still like there's a kidnapped young blonde girl, but in that game you play as a team of 3, essentially Ghostbusters rip-offs. And there's just a bunch of like, you're in a city and there's ghosts everywhere. It's very much a Ghostbusters pastiche, but yeah, it's a bit more frantic. Lots of wacky ghost characters popping out all over the place, from what I saw. So with this, we gotta try and keep the fires out so that Catherine doesn't walk into them, but also shoot the portrait when we can to deal damage to it. Haunted portrait. My health's not too bad. Oops! Spoke too soon, but I can rewind now. And I will. I will do it at any time. Okay. No, stop. Come on. This is the part where I really should have used a bomb. I forgot again. Julie says, I think the worst flashing light problem I've seen in games was in Balan's final boss fight, but thankfully that got patched real quick. Oh, did it? That's good. I heard about the big problems with the flashing lights in that game. Bad for people who might experience epilepsy. But yeah, I didn't... Of course, this is always the way with these kinds of news stories, is nobody reports on the fact that they fixed it. But yeah, I'm glad it did get fixed quickly. I heard that the initial patch didn't fix it, and people were kind of mad about that. But yeah, it's good that they got that done. Balan Wonderworld. Okay. So I talked about the character thing. I should talk about the other list of games that I noted that I considered playing before settling on the 3 that I picked. Because I thought they were a good range of kind of settings and styles in this genre. Ugh. But if... yeah, since I was selecting for like female protagonists, Catherine is like the de facto protagonist of this game, even though it's not who you're playing as. In fact, the game is kind of one big escort quest, which is something that gamers hate. And I wouldn't say that I disagree most of the time. Alright, we'll use a lot of bombs in this because I've remembered that I have them now. Oop. When there's 3 on screen, I'll start using bombs. Boom! Ah, stop it. No! Oh, too slow. Okay. Yeah, see, you can kill the girl. That's a real flaw here with the with the controls. Yeah. The mechanics. Come on. No! I just don't want to have to repeat it all again, you know. Cool. Oh no, I'm wasting so many bombs. Come on. Last one. There we go. Did she just have to get off screen? Alright. Scores. Right, yeah, let me tell you about some other light gun games that I found. Okay. You know, I can't read a list and play the game at the same time, that's the main problem. Okay. So actually the earliest one on my list was Laser Ghost in 1989, the arcade game, because I said there were 3 kind of selectable characters. Well, one of them is a lady and she's called Carol, which is a lot better than the original Ghostbusters team that it did. I think Janine had a more prominent role in like the cartoon, but yeah, that movie of course is a bit of a sausage fest. And then they infamously tried to invert that with the 2016 reboot, and yeah. I haven't seen the 2016 Ghostbusters, but I've played the LEGO Dimensions level pack, and that's fun. Some people I know don't like the movie, but also part of the discourse around the movie was that if people complained about it, then other people labeled them as misogynists without considering their actual criticisms of the movie as a movie. So, yeah, that was an interesting thing. That was not good. Oops! No, stop! It's the problem with the mouse controls. You can click off the window accidentally. Yeah, I could probably rapid fire click a lot faster than you could rapid fire shoot the actual light gun, which is an advantage for me. Maybe they make it easier when you're using the controller. Because I'm actually having more trouble with the game now than I was in the other emulator. Ah, not so. Stop it. But at least I'm getting something closer to the original experience. You know, closer. It's quite different from pointing the gun at your screen. Now I'm totally save scumming to get through this. Which I don't want to have to do, but it's the position I've been put in. Okay. Okay. Alright, the next game that I noted was, like I said up top, there's 4 genres that light gun games often fall into. Military, horror, sci-fi, or Old West. And the next one that I'm going to tell you about is an Old West one. It was released on the Amiga, the Amstrad CPC, DOS, and the Atari ST, which are, you know, commonly all those systems got conversions between them. It's called West Phaser, made by a French company called La Ciel, I think. Laurie Ciel, actually. And it was pretty interesting. You could play as one of 10 like famous historical figures of the Old West, including like Wild Bill Hickok of Paul McGann's Doctor Who movie fame. No, he's not in that, but Paul McGann's costume is based on some, like his outfit is like a dress-up party costume that he stole from the hospital. Anyway. Oh, you're a fan of Old West media, Banana Media? Do you like Ultimate's Gunfight on the Spectrum? Yeah. I find it always has, like, I considered playing it, but one of the reasons I opted out of it was because often a trope that that kind of media uses is really negative depictions of native peoples, especially Native Americans in that context. And yeah, I don't like promoting that at all. But the reason I noted it was that one of the 10 characters is Calamity Jane, who was a famous, I don't know, person in that time. I don't really know much about her, but... Yeah. So that came bundled with some kind of gun peripheral that was called a phaser, which is why it's West Phaser, I guess. But they later on re-released it with controller support, or support for mouse and joypad, as well as light gun, which is a good thing. Give people the option. But they also changed the name on the re-release, and it was now called Steve McQueen West Phaser, despite having nothing to do with Steve McQueen. I think he had a famous Western movie out at the time or something. He was associated with that kind of setting. But despite not being in the game at all, they got the rights to his likeness for the cover and his name for the game, but I don't think he's actually in the game. Anyway, it's just weird. Good lord! 1 credit left. I don't know how to avoid that damage from this car without shooting Catherine to get her out of the way, and that hurts her too. You just have to save up life, I guess? It's really... This game is rough. I don't like these design decisions. God. Alright. Banana Meteor says, I think I'm just excited for the Old West because I just rewatched Rango. And also agreed that it's not great for indigenous people. Totally fair criticism. Yeah, just seeing some of these screenshots, I was like, yikes, collar tug. Anyway. I can shoot this car off screen before it hits. Well, at least I can grab that part anyway. I'll just have to try harder at this initial stage to not let Catherine get hurt at all, ever. With super rewinds. Speaking of Gunfight, people might have played that recently in Rare Replay, and of course that's got rewinds and stuff. This is totally a Pac-Man thing. She walks in the wrong direction for a bit and then suddenly figures out she's not supposed to be going that way. You might be able to expedite that to save time on your timer by shooting her to get her going in the right direction, but I don't want to lose any health that I don't have to. So, yeah, that sucks. Anyway, what's the next one? So that was 1989. The next one that I saw didn't come until 1994. I just can't avoid taking 2 hits there. It's insane. This game. Ugh. Alright. Yeah, the next game, I alluded to it before. The 3rd installment in the Operation Wolf series, the kingpin of light gun shooters at the time. Operation Wolf 3 by... well, the original game was a Taito creation, but for the 3rd one, the development was handled by East Technology, I guess. Don't know who they are, but it's not Data East, it's somebody else. Stupid bloody car. Why are there so many evil cars in this neighborhood? I guess it is Ghost City. Or Terror City or whatever. No, stop. Cool. Yeah, so in Operation Wolf 3, it's like kind of paramilitary operations, and you play as one of 2 like special ops shooter people, and they have code names. One of them is Hornet and the other one is Queen Bee, so player 2 is a lady, Queen Bee. She's not a bee, unfortunately, she's a lady who is human. So that was an arcade game. I don't think it had any home ports, judging by my notes. So it didn't have the huge success that the original Operation Wolf did, which had ports all over the place. Yeah, Gibbon says, so many evil cars. Yeah, why are there so many? They're mass-produced in this city, I guess. They're all the same make. Also in 1994 we had Lord of Gun, where you play as a team of 4 like mercenaries, but they're all quite well dressed. 2 of the 4 are ladies, which is a nice what do you call it? Symmetry? Egalitarianism? 1313, that sounds spooky. So Beyond Horror Hotel is our next chapter. I wonder how many there are in total. I did not look that up. Whoa, spooky! Okay, the eyeballs aren't attacking me yet, but just deal with them preemptively. That's a lot of hotel workers at the front desk. It's too many, maybe. No! They're so fast. Stop it, jerks. And there's no way to get more hearts yet. Yeah. Lord of Gun is an arcade game by International Game System. Just one of the many light gun games at the time. Oh, stop it. Oh my gosh, that's spooky. Oh, that's really spooky. Oh my gosh, okay. This is definitely the scariest game I'm playing today. I know there's stuff gonna come out of there. Shoot it! No! Yeah, destroying a corpse that's hanging in the hallway bit by bit is pretty horrible. Maybe that's why this game was never released in North America. No! Ah, so close. Okay, you're gonna ignore some of them. No, go in! That was too slow. This really is Pac-Man 2 mechanics. Gotta interact with this stuff before she gets there. Oh, not again. Okay. Yeah. I didn't want to mess with emulating arcade games. That would add more difficulty to the stream. Oops! Yeah, she got hit too many times. Ugh. Yeah, this is getting really demanding. And I just don't know how to avoid damage in some cases, you know? Stop. Whoa! I'm gonna do this. Bomb! What? What hit you then? What hit you? Bomb! Alright, made it. Oh, good grief. Banana Media says, I could not handle this game. I can barely handle it. I'm about to give up. I think we had more fun with the last game, which it's about time to move on anyway, so. Yeah, before I tell you about the next few games that I found for the list, let's play a different one. So that was Laser Ghost. Too difficult. Let's play something a little more casual and fun. Launch? Yeah, okay, cool. So I'll make sure we're capturing that. This, and you can see the box art of this one on the right side of the screen now. This is Ghoul Panic by Namco for the PlayStation. In its original Japanese release, it was called Bankun! Or Bakyun, sorry. So it was in the arcade in Japan and North America. Got a home port to the PlayStation in Japan and Europe and PAL. So this is kind of a successor to Namco's Point Blank series. Yes, this uses a combination of light gun and I guess there were buttons on the gun because this uses Namco's proprietary gun controller, the GunCon, which is short for gun controller, or G-Con in Europe, although it also supported the PlayStation mouse. Yeah, sorry. Banana Media said, not handling game is a recurring theme for Milo streams. And Gibbon comparing the awful corpse creature to a Binding of Isaac kind of character. Mega Fly Greed. I don't know what that means, but that's, yeah. And yeah, Julie commenting on the startup sound of the PlayStation. Very nostalgic, I agree. Okay, so we're going to use a combination of buttons and this emulation, which I think is Mednafen Core in OpenEMU, supports the light gun by mouse control, just like Laser Ghost apparently did through the Master System emulation. So Point Blank was a series that Namco did for arcade and PlayStation. I think I didn't write that down. It's sort of, I think, pioneered a new style of light gun games or gallery shooting, like a new subgenre for that, which is more about mini games and being a bit more chaotic and fun rather than being a sort of campaign you play through, which a lot of the other ones were. And Ghoul Panic or Bakun is a successor to Point Blank from the same company, you know, using the same gun controller and all that stuff, but with a different kind of setting. And this one has a kind of haunted house setting, as you saw at the start, and cute cat characters, which is a lot of fun, I think. Is there anything we need to check out in options or anything? Don't think so. Yeah, I've already got the controller, all good. Why don't we do practice, just to see? But yeah, you put a cute cat girl in the game, and I think that's going to improve it a lot. Alright, so this is like practicing the different types of gunplay games that they're going to throw at you. But rather than doing that, I think we'll just play through one of the modes and have them come at us organically. This emulator also supports a 2-player light gun, so we have a second cursor on the screen. I don't know how to turn that off, so that's just going to sit there and do nothing. Arcade just takes you through a series of gun challenges, but adventure, that's where it's at. This has a bit of context and story, which I think is going to be a bit more fun. Yeah, I don't have a memory card, I know. Okay. So these are our characters, Lisa and Kevin. But soon enough, ghosts, and then this witch character shows up. The classic anime laugh. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That female villains like to do. Love that. So she's going to shoot a magic spell at us, and that curses us, because this is part of the plot, is that humans are being turned into cats, and now it's happened to us too. Personally, I don't know, it might be an improvement. But yes, we take up our gun cons and infiltrate the haunted mansion to break the curse. That's the story. But I really like these character designs. I think they're a lot of fun. This is another one where after I said it was a successor to Point Blank, it was taken on by a different studio under Namco. So you might have seen at the launch sequence that this is a 18/rising game. Oh no, we're furries, says Banana Meteor, and I agree, they're cuter as cats. Totally, absolutely. This house is haunted. There was a ghost, a spooky ghost. So we have kind of first-person dungeon crawler sequence here, complete with a map in the upper corner, which is nice. And you shoot the arrows to go different directions. But this part is locked. So we have to explore the haunted mansion. And yeah, because we're simulating light gun again, we're going to have that flashing on screen, and I apologize for that. There's something written on the wall. Oh, okay, so you can actually get messages by walking against walls. It says that pliers are good for bending bars. Okay, so it's an adventure game. We actually need items to progress, get through those bars. Okay. I'm trying to think what the last... Oh my gosh, sorry. Oh, I don't know if I've sneezed very often on stream, but my sneezes are extremely loud. I'm known for it, and I apologize. Bless you, thank you. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, I was trying to think of the last first-person dungeon crawler I played. There's first-person sequences in Getsufumaden, which admittedly was a while ago, but I can't think of anything more recent. On stream I played... that's such a cute little victory animation, just jumping around, so happy. This game is making me happy. I found... Oh, I got the pliers already, great. Let's use them straight away. Yeah, I was thinking of the Titanic game, Ai no Senritsu, for the Famicom Disk System, I think, which was based on a Commodore 64 game. The bars are blocking the way. I know. The pliers should be able to bend them. I know. Using pliers. Thank you. So have we already cleared this floor? Thank you. Witchina thinks I'm a nuisance, so she locked me up and threw away the key. Now, just so you know how much trouble I really am, I'll send you to your grave. Oh no, what? But I freed you. Send Mummy back to the grave. Okay, cool. So yeah, in arcade mode it's more like rapid fire challenges, but in adventure we have this framing to it and the kind of exploration segments as well. But it is this kind of like mini game based gameplay, which was becoming a thing at the time. Yeah, so that Titanic game where you're exploring the wreck of the Titanic, I didn't get very far in it, but you know, it turns out in the end it was aliens or something. That's one of the last things I remember that had a first-person dungeon crawl. I usually don't really like that kind of gameplay. I find it very difficult to get on with. So that wasn't so bad. Got a much better score on rapid fire that time, as suited that challenge. Yeah, okay. Got a key. So can we go through here? Yeah, there's a new area through here. So the mummy was just in this big area? Whatever. All our challenges are behind these doors. Don't shoot the cats or the bomb ghosts, but shoot the other ghosts. I would never shoot a cute cat. Of course. Whoa, okay. So yeah, this is a very cute game. Kind of spooky themed, but not really actually spooky, you know? Which is always fun. Good for the season, I suppose. Halloween gets earlier every year. But I think after this I'm actually going to play Metroid games based on my recent experience with Dredd. Next stream is definitely going to be Metroid, like fan games and stuff, and that'll be a lot of fun. You found a new item. It's a little doll. Maybe a creepy doll. Okay, now I'll just go around to the other room. Wait. Why was that one filled in already? Whatever. Shoot 28 ghosts. I can do that. In 18 seconds? Oh man. That's more than one ghost per second. Oh, I see. You have to keep them balanced, otherwise you lose them, and then you don't get the chance for as many hits. So alternating is the way to go. Did I do it? Oh, just. 29 of 28. This is a cool, fun little game. I like it. And definitely one thing it has over the point-blank games that, you know, were originally, you know, that inspired this game or were the precursor to it, is the main characters. Yeah, having these cute little cat characters. Oh, can I go down again to the basement? Oh, to G. Okay, of course. I could just make out that elevator interface up top. It confuses me. G is a convention, I guess, that they have in Japan, and they usually do in Australia, except for the apartment building I used to live in, where it went from B1 to 1, which I think is usually an American thing. So despite it being a more general convention around here for there to be a ground floor, and then the first floor up is floor 1, I was thrown off because I'm so used to my old flat. Have I even been on ground floor yet? Ugh, yeah, okay, it's all keys and maybe I'll just do arcade mode. Hang on, I'll explore a bit more. Instead of jumping into the lift, go back to where I was and just explore more. You know, I'm here to be shooting stuff, not to be exploring a spooky house through this weird interface and finding keys. But, you know, this is an added feature that they put into the home port. Of course, the arcade game was just a lot more straightforward and just had these kinds of challenges happening. Okay. Oh wow. Oh boy. Yeah, lots of flashing in this one. So we've got an atmospheric setting on the outside of the mansion now. Oops. Reminds me of being on top of the house in Big Boo's Haunt in Mario 64. Not because I've played that game much, but because I've watched a lot of like Let's Plays of it for some reason. And like challenge runs and stuff. There's a lot you can do in that engine. Anyway. Okay, 2 more rooms. They don't always give you something apparently, but hey, they're fun anyway. That's the whole point of the game. Is to do the things and have the fun. Oh, we're falling down the chimbley. Ah. Rapid fire, bad for accuracy, but good for hits. I've got to be careful not to hit a bomb ghost by mistake. There's one. Oops. Missed a lot there. Oh, bats! Spooky. Yeah, I have to try not to be too violent with my mouse. It has a tendency of disconnecting if it takes an impact, which could be disastrous in this situation. It's a wireless mouse, and I think just like the batteries are like a bit loose in the compartment or something. I don't know. Just it's annoying. Okay. Oh, I did get something. A cacodemon. No, I don't know what that is. I also don't know why, like it filled in that room, but it, oh, maybe it's because I've just exited there. So now that I've exited there, I'm facing this way, so I can go straight through here. Oh, here we go. 3 chests. Save state time. What have I got? Empty. Fantastic. Middle. Empty. Left. Empty? 3 empty chests? Are you kidding me? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. Not a gaming mouse. No, I do not have a gaming mouse at all. I don't have a gaming keyboard. I don't have a gaming chair. Because I'm a filthy casual. Ooh, we got a delivery. Yeah, I need like 3 scroll wheels and I don't know. It has to be on the side so that your wrist isn't flipped downward the whole time. Have you seen those ones that are like standing up?
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
yeah, like a joystick.
sort of. Yeah, I guess a gaming mouse is like a joystick.
That looked
Yeah,
exactly like a joystick, but you used it as a mouse rather than a joystick.
that's pretty cool.
It's basically a joystick stuck onto the mouse.
What about a trackball? Can you still get trackballs? What was I saying? No, the mouse I use is a Magic Mouse from Apple. And yes, it is a typically you know, just I guess like it looks slick, but it has functionality drawbacks. What do we got? Spatulas, spice rack, crochet kit. Oh yeah, the Pyrex jug. That's gonna be amazing. We only have these awful plastic jugs right now. Can I get a better look at the map? I can. Looks like I've fully explored this floor. So I guess we can finish off the map. My Metroid Dread instincts are kicking in. I went through that entire game through every room and jumped into all the corners just so that the map would be filled in completely. Because I am not right. I'm a very strange little person. Alright, we're gonna go back out this way. What? I can't use those doors anymore? Or... oh, maybe that was like a self-contained room? Yeah, it was. Looking at the map now. That's where the mummy was, and I figured I'd gone through the mummy doors into a new area, but no, I went back out into the same area. It's confusing me. Going in and out of places and then getting turned around. Gibbon says, oh god, an apple mouse, even worse. Yeah. It's not the worst mouse I've ever used. And Banana Meteor did the same map filling in Hollow Knight, reassuring me that I'm completely normal. Thank you for saying so. I don't believe you, but... yeah, Hollow Knight is one I need to get onto. I have too many Metroidvanias to play. Right now I'm playing Minoria by Bomb Service, who did the Momodora games, which I played on stream last year. And it's pretty good. Ooh, okay. Precision is demanded here. Do not hit the cat. Hit the bugs. See, this is the kind of cool thing that, like, the way that this game has variety in the mini games, with different kinds of challenges. I think that's a lot of fun. A lot more than just, you know, going through and endlessly shooting the same thugs in different locations. Not to call out Time Crisis or anything. Banana Meteor highly recommends Hollow Knight. One of my faves, she says. Yeah. I've bought it. It's on my system. I'll get around to it someday. Using save states again to try and get something, and again, all three of them empty. I just don't understand. Both times I found a treasure chest room and got exactly nothing out of it. So strange. Alright, let me tell you about some of the other games that I researched. Ooh. That had female protagonists, because that's something I like to showcase on streams, and that's what I'm doing right now. I was glad that Lisa was the default player 1 character for this game, because I didn't want to bother having to figure out how to get player 2 working or whatever. But yeah, Lisa's the default and Kevin is the backup. Oh, I didn't get enough. Can I try again? So that's the fail animation, and she's very upset. But I had like 3 hearts down here. Did I lose one? Meow. Oh! Oh, so that's what the doll does. The doll's broken. The doll is a poker doll, I guess. It took the place of one of my hearts, or like the teddy bear in Earthbound or whatever. Shoot the ghost with 1 shot. Oh, that's tricky. I only have 1 bullet to do this with. Okay. Definitely going to use a save state now. So it's popping in and out real quick, and the time limit is really short. Done. Right in the loo. Lovely. Success. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up and get down. You found a hammer. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, so some other ones that I found looking through that list on Moby Games. 1995, Virtua Cop 2. So the Virtua series from Sega was like a range of games in a lot of different genres that were showing off their new 3D graphics powers. So you had like Virtua Racing, Virtua Tennis, Virtua Soccer, Virtua Fighter, definitely. Oops, dang. Just want to rapid fire on this one, I think. And yeah, Virtua Cop was one of them, and that was a gallery shooter. Where again, you were a cop, aka a bastard, who was like shooting a lot of dudes. I just made it. Although you did get bonus points for shooting them in the hand to disarm them rather than killing them. They called it the Justice Shot, I think. Anyway, the original Virtua Cop had like two boring dudes as the protagonists. Virtua Cop 2 had 3 different like difficulty modes. I don't know. I tried to read up about it, but it was a little confusing to me. So the female character is called Janet Marshall, or Janet No Nickname Marshall, as I've called her, because the other guys are like Rage and I don't know, Flapjack. I don't remember the other guy's nickname, but Janet doesn't get a nickname. She's just Janet. Help, it's dark. What's going on? I don't know. That's better. It's kind of creepy. What? So that was just a mood-setting event? I don't know. Nothing resulted from it, so... Okay. Okay. I've been called out. Julie says it's okay when I swear on the streams. I see how it is. Well, I'll say this: the swear you said and what I said are very different severities. But yes, I don't know. I thought I could get away with it if I if I just said it quickly and moved on. Anyway. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, so information I read about Time Crisis 2 was like contradictory. Okay, I now have a kind of statue head of some kind. One video I watched, there was like 3 different stages or paths that they could pick, and the beginner path was the Janet Marshall path. But another place I read said that oops, yeah, I missed the shot, but I made that save state just now, so maybe we'll wait a little bit, let the ghost get bigger. Boom! Oh, I missed. It's tricky. Yes! Nice. Yeah, I do mark the Twitch streams as family friendly. I try to keep it clean. So apologies. Yeah, the one shot. You're right. The one shot challenges I think are the toughest ones. Found a new item and I don't know what it is. Let's keep moving. Yeah. So something else I read about Time Crisis 2 said that like Rage was the default character in Path 1, but you could play as Janet through using a code. So I don't know what the truth of that is, but whatever the case, she's sometimes playable, but not really the default at all. Very much a side character in that. 1 of 3. Shoot 29 ghosts, and they're in the form of chess pieces this time. Oh wow. I like the backgrounds here, they're so cute. Oh, I destroyed that painting, whoops. Ooh, thought I'd hit the bomb there. I figure hitting a bomb is what loses you hearts. So maybe failure isn't really punished. Oh, it is! That's right. Last time I failed, my doll died, so... Maybe hitting a bomb is an automatic failure, but if you fail a challenge, you'll lose a heart. I'll just go back to my save state. I'll do more rapid fire this time. I won't get as good a score for accuracy, but... Got a pass. Oops! Oh no. So it didn't fail me the challenge. Maybe it took away some time? Hitting that bomb there. Oh, I won anyway. That's nice. Let me see. Oh yeah, there was another connection there with Janet Marshall. On my Skate Fighters showcase stream, I got a little piano keyboard. Yeah, one of the fighters that I was showcasing was Grace from Fighting Vipers, who also appeared in Fighters Megamix, and Janet Marshall was also an unlockable character in Fighters Megamix. That was a really cool, like, mega crossover of Sega Fighter characters from Virtua Fighter, from Vipers, from Sonic the Fighters. They're a bunch of like unlockable characters. They're all silly stuff. Like you could play as the Daytona car and stuff. And Janet Marshall was an unlockable. I think she was just... Oh, maybe this is why things were empty before, because sometimes you get life refills from those chests. But I didn't need them at the time, so it was just nothing instead. Now this is an empty room. There must be a challenge around here for this. Oh, but I need the green key. What about this wall? I do have a hammer. There is something strange about this wall. It looks completely different, and we broke it down. Nice. I knew that would be... Look at that, the wall crumbled. There's new things to find. I need to get that green key. Wow, who's making all that noise? You woke me up. I was fast asleep too. Bad kitty, now you take nap. Maybe this is like a baby speaking, in which case I did exactly, like completely the wrong voice for it. What is that? Oh no, it's a Frankenstein's monster on a pogo stick. Maybe it is a baby. Oh, it is a baby. It has a little dummy. Whoa, what? It's the creature, and it's throwing toys at me, like robots and stuff. Okay. I don't want to have to kill you. Oh no, it turned into a giant grown man version. And you have to shoot the belly button. Classic. Oop. Giant belly button style. What other game had that? Yoshi's Island, maybe? Had a belly button you had to attack. Guess it's a Japanese thing. Oh, King Hippo and Punch Out. Had a little bandage on his belly button. That is one heck of an outie. An outie belly button sticking way out. Frankie, classic. Banana Mia says, this is a very Halloween appropriate title. I am tempted to try it too. Looks fun. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's very charming. Dead end. But now I have the green key. I can open that other door back there. Okay. Shoot the ghosts. Oops. Oh no. Wait. There's no penalty. There's no time penalty. Maybe it takes away a hit or something? So like... it'll detract from my score of how many ghosts I've shot? Who knows? Not me. Success. Oh! Oh! I see. It counts up your bomb hits at the end and subtracts health from you. Did that happen last time? I can't go on. I can't give up now. I must keep going. Okay, so I've got game over, but I had to continue. I guess. Sure. I guess I'll keep going. Alright. But I did win that challenge. But maybe it didn't count because I died as well. Gonna try and find that green door again. And where was it? Oh, it was on the other floor. I'm just gonna load. I'll just do it again. Yeah. Don't hit the bombs. That's all you gotta do. No, no! I can't rewind in the PlayStation emulator. Hitting one is okay though. I shouldn't be so antsy about that. Okay. At least I answered the question, what does hitting a bomb do? I will never answer the question, what does hitting a cute little cat do? Because I would never shoot a cute little cat. It'll just never come up. So we'll never know. Oh, did I do it? Hey, I did. By 9. Easy. Let's see. So the next one I saw on the list was in 1997, a game called Elemental Gearbolt. Oh, cool. I got a heart container, increasing my maximum health. So now what are we going to do? Wait, is this where I've been the whole time? Okay, yeah, this is what 1F looks like. I haven't looked at this map. But I can snoop around behind the lift, I think. Over here. I went too far. Okay. There should be another room in here. Fill in the map, because we're playing Metroid Dread. Fill it all in, get every square. And not just every square, every pixel. The way that game handles the map, every individual room has like darkened areas that you just have to go to every nook and cranny to fill it in. You just have to. Shoot 7 ghosts. I think I can do that. But they're shielded, heavily shielded. Oh boy. Oh, okay, but they're spinning. I can handle that. Time limit's generous too. So generous. So Elemental Gearbolt is pretty wild. It's got the like kind of dark cyberpunk anime feel to it. It was on the PlayStation and it's made by Alpha System. They did another one too that I didn't note down because it was more of a rail shooter. This one's a little bit of rail shooter too. It sort of straddles that line between rail shooter and rail shooter and gallery shooter. Okay, where was the other green door? Was it in the basement? I think it might have been. Just check. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. That one uses the Namco gun con as well, actually. Oh, this is a blue. Okay, I don't have the blue key yet. Try ground floor. Yeah, so in Elemental Gearbolt, you play as one of two, like, super-powered, magical, like, genetic experiment, kind of cyberpunk armored creatures who are women. They have, like, a normal human form, and then they transform into this, like, ultra-powerful form where they can shoot lasers at stuff. And that's where the gun con comes into it. So that seemed pretty interesting. Sounds like a cool game, says Given. Yeah, it looked pretty interesting. Maybe at one point on stream I am going to play a bunch of rail shooters, so maybe I can throw it in there, maybe. Along with Gamera 2000 and some other stuff. Oh, nuts. It's okay, I've got lives to spare at the moment. Go away, bomb. Just trying to tease me. Gibbon is asking if there is there really no way to turn off the flash? Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, but no, because the game is the emulating layer is really did really badly there. Is pretending that we're using a light gun. The game needs to do that flash for the light gun to work. I think it does support the controller and, like I said, the PlayStation mouse, but I don't know. Oh, I did shoot a cute cat. There was a picture of a cute cat on the wall and I shot it. Poor kitty. Yeah, so sorry. I don't know how, between like the emulator and the game options, I don't know how to tell it that I'm using like a different controller. I guess we could go back to the menu and try. Not from here. I have to actually pass this first, apparently. Just check out that cat when it pans to the left. It's very cute. Just a real-life photo of a cat in the game. There it is. Oh, cutie. Hello. Oh! Missed that sliding ghost. Whoa, okay. Oh! Oh no! This is so frantic. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can pick a different control scheme. Magical gear bolt. No, elemental gear bolt is what it's called. Oh, no, not again. I lost. It's alright. I'll go from this menu back to the main menu. Oh, that's my list of items. Oh, I have so many now. Japanese mask 1, an ancient oriental mask. Before I look at those though, I'll just go back. Yes? It should keep my save, right? It said it didn't recognize a memory card. No save file. Okay, there is a virtual memory card. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Options. Controller setup. Huh, I think they're using Comic Sans here. Funny. 1P setup. Okay, that just configures whether the buttons on the gun con, like which one does item and which one does pause. So it's not that. This is what I was afraid of. I think like the emulator is like recognized that this is a light gun game and assumed that I'm using a light gun controller and is just supporting that. Oh, luckily the 2P cursor didn't stay on screen during gameplay, just the menus, which is nice. I could go to like edit game controls, but that's just like this. Yeah, I don't think it's an option because it's like the emulator thinks that the hardware is in there and I can't change that in the game settings, and I don't know how to change that in like the emulator settings, which are a bit yeah, limited in what it's showing me. So yeah. Adjust screen? Maybe I can change something about how the screen flashes here. No, that's just like the size. Okay. Like I said, like when you're using a light gun, the screen needs to flash. That's how the technology works. But I know this game has support for the mouse, the PlayStation mouse. I just don't know how to tell it that I'm using it. Adjust your G-Con 45. This will just be calibration, yeah. G-Con 45. It calls it a G-Con because, of course, this is the PAL release of the game, where it was called the G-Con. In Japan, it was called the Gun-Con. Okay, so yeah, I guess we're going back into the game now. Well, I'm getting to the end of the stream time anyway, so sorry I didn't check earlier, but yeah. Survival, that'll probably just be like a gauntlet of games until you lose. Party sounds pretty interesting. Why don't we check out maybe the party mode before we end today? Race battle, free battle, and panel battle. I'm curious about this race. 5 players, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh. Let's keep it to 2. Yeah, this is going to be a multiplayer mode, so it might be a bit hard for me to show. Yeah, the last game that I had on my list from this... Oh my gosh, that is so cute. The rules are simple. Reach the goal before your opponent. Clear games to move ahead. So these are like the sort of multiplayer minigame modes in WarioWare for the GameCube. Yeah, where there's sort of this weird framing for the players taking turns playing these little minigames. That's a lot of fun. I like that. Oh, well, little ghosts in the cars. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so it's just going to trade us off between 2 players playing the same minigames that we've been doing, I think. So, yeah, player 2 is not going to be able to participate in that. Boom, 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 boom. So this is a rapid fire challenge. Going to be a lot of screen fire, sorry. Oh no, ghosts coming. Yeah, I like how much variety there is in the different challenges they get you to do, but they're all still consistent with the theming, which is nice. Yeah, so the last game that I found here before 2000, which is an arbitrary cutoff, 0.2 from the arcade by Unico. All details on this have left my brain, but I've written... Oh no, I remember now. This is a point-blank clone. So like I said, this game, Ghoul Panic, is a point-blank successor by the same company, Namco. But Unico was doing like clone versions called 0 Point. And in the second one, you play as either a baby boy, a baby girl, or a robot. So yeah, there you go. Alright, what I'm going to do is load my save state from before and check out the item menu, which I didn't do. So we've got that heart container. Oh, what's this? Each heart give you an extra life. Great, thanks for the poor translation. A small toy piano. Pliers can bend just about anything. Hammer for knocking down walls. Novelty glasses. Comedy-style glasses. Indeed. Japanese mask too. An ancient oriental mask, and that's the same description from that one. I don't think you should really use the word oriental these days. UFO, faster than climbing by rope. Okay. Red gem for inflicting damage on boss characters. Oh, okay. So that's why in the Frankie fight, the gem appeared and then he had less than max health at the start of the fight. Okay, so it's like you do optional challenges around the map and they can give you items that can help you out in the boss fight. It's a bit like, I don't know, Breath of the Wild, I guess. Banana Meter says, gotta be a robot, it's the clear choice. Yeah, the babies kind of look kind of freaky and ugly in that game, so I would pick the robot in Point Blank too. Oh yeah, no blue key. I'm going to do one more minigame and then... Oh no, maybe I'll do the arcade mode just to see how the framing of that is. Yes. Menus, menus, menus. Don't save this time. Which means that it won't be saved at all because I had loaded an earlier state, but that's fine. Yeah, that's all my notes on that. So it was really just a short list of maybe 10 games in total where the playable character is female, out of a much longer list of ones that existed. But like I said earlier, not all these games really have a character as part of the player experience. Yeah. But I love the theming of this game. I think it's very cute and charming. Okay, so just some brief press the button, meow. Yeah, brief instructions generally on how the game works. That's the screen that you would see in an arcade to introduce the game to you. Oh, I've had experience now. Let's try normal on the veranda. The veranda, mate. Oh, cool. We do get to see the cat characters in the arcade mode. Of course, they're part of the theming of the game. I guess they're on the cabinet art and stuff. Okay. Oh, the kitchen, a haunted poltergeist kitchen. That's cute. Good setting. Those slide boots ghosts. Very cheeky. Oh! Did I get enough? Oh, I didn't! So yeah, you can see how, again, having a co-op partner, both of you shooting targets at the same time is going to make things easier. They had support for that in this game. Must be especially... Oh, what? This one? I get to pick the game I play next. Yeah, it must be especially hard for like the light guns to recognize 2 inputs at once. I don't know how that works. Anyway. So classic shoot the can gameplay. Oops. I didn't hit it even once. Shoot the can to keep it in the air. Yeah, that didn't go so well. My arcade run may be over very soon. I've done that before. Ooh, a haunted library. That's a cute setting. Oh. Rapid fire is the name of the game. Which means a lot of screen flashing. Sorry. Nope. I shouldn't have picked intermediate difficulty, I guess. I'm not at that level yet. But that'll bring an end to the game. Sorry, Lisa. That you have to be so upset. We have failed. Yeah, that's it for today. This was a lot of fun. Exploring kind of different genres of light gun experiences, as well as different horror adjacent settings, whether it be the cyberpunk dystopia, or you know, the hordes of undead and possessed cars, or like the goofy ghost version, which is a very different view on it. I want to see if there's an attract mode. I'll leave it on the title screen just for a second. Yeah, thanks for being here, you two. A lot of fun to chat along with you. And they enjoyed the variety and stuff. Yeah, it's good. Yes. So it's also good seeing that these kind of emulators that I've been using have support for mapping a mouse to a light gun controller. Although, you know, you get the screen flashing, which is not great to look at, but it's closer to the original experience. But some of the games also had controller support back in the day. So if you can figure it out, which I wasn't able to do for this one, that's an option too, although it's not as precise. It can make things more difficult sometimes. All right. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Stay spooky, everyone, and look forward to some Metroid fan games next stream. And go play Metroid Dread, or if you can't afford it, there's plenty of fan games out there, which I will show you, or older games in the series too. Oh, shooting a chicken. This is fun. I just want to watch this and get some demos of what other minigames are available. Ah, skeletons, dancing skeletons. Amazing. I'm just going to watch this for a minute. Okay, it's over. Rising. That's RZG. Yeah. All right. I think that's it then. Oh, wait. Loading? There's more? No, it's back to the title screen. Okay. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Stay safe, everyone. Stay spooky.